So I'm gonna cover up. I feel self-conscious. Let's talk real quick about the dude pinball real quick.
Okay, we'll recap
real
just
quick.
Because we think we missed it. But this is exciting to me. So this was a topic that we believe got cut a couple weeks ago. There was I believe it was the Chicago Pinball Expo, and during it there was a mysterious group of women all dressed in dresses with like bowling balls and bowling pins sewn on. And they were going around handing out flyers. And on the flyer was a pinball machine on a bowling alley covered with an oriental rug. Next to it was a white Russian and some bowling pins.
Well, the drink, not a person.
Yeah, a Caucasian, and not the race. And it just said, "Dude, it's coming." And there was a website for Dude Pinball underneath it. Okay. And if you go to the website, it shows the same picture with a countdown, and underneath it says, "New shit will come to light."
Which is a line from The Big Lebowski.
Right. This is amazing because what it means is, in all likelihood, there is a Big Lebowski pinball machine on the way. This is cool for a couple of reasons. One, it is not a current blockbuster or an aging rock band themed pinball machine, which is what Stern makes.
Stern, the dominant, and for the past 10 years was the only real pinball producer until Jersey Jack.
It's not a family-friendly, big-name license, which is what Jersey Jack does, like Wizard of Oz or The Hobbit. It's a niche. It's a well-known movie. It's a well-loved movie, but it's niche. This is interesting. The other thing that's interesting about it is this is not something that Stern would make. Stern doesn't take risks. Stern does 2 machines a year. Stern's already got their other machine in production. Jersey Jack, very small company. They can't possibly be thinking about anything other than...
Because they can't handle 1 a year versus 2.
They got to do Hobbit. They got to get Hobbit out first. And it's not any of the boutiques, because the boutique pinball makers who do like 14, 15 off runs don't have the money for this sort of advertising. So who's making this? That's the question.
The mystery.
And what's awesome is if there's a third player in the pinball market, it is going to make pinball more accessible to people who like it. It should, in theory, drop the price of pinball machines a little bit as competition breeds cheaper prices and more creativity. Every week. Anyways.
That was the advertisement. But this is why it's important, and this is why it's great. If you don't know, again, repeating myself, but they missed it the first time. We had to record it anyway. The Big Lebowski was a 1998 Coen Brothers film. The Coen Brothers are actually very brilliant. They did No Country for Old Men. They did a lot. They did, Raising Arizona, Fargo. The list can go on and on. Academy Award winning, great writers, great directing team. The Big Lebowski came out in '98. A very dark, twisted comedy. You had great characters like Steve Buscemi. You had John Goodman, who I think was might have been nominated at least for a Golden Globe for his role. And of course, you have the dude.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges,
one of my favorite guys.
Who, as you find out, is actually like the dude in interviews. And if you saw Tron Legacy, was playing the dude.
Yeah, he's playing Cyber Dude.
He's playing Cyber Dude. So it's a brilliant film. It's really one of those well, there's no real moral to it. It's just, and there's no real. It's not really a plot that has an ABC sort of structure.
Right. The fun is the narrative. The fun is the narrative.
You follow the dude along. It's basically a detective story. The dude's in every scene. You follow him along as you find out what the hell's going on, and all these weird characters just sort of get wrapped around him.
But because this is not because this isn't a movie that has an incredibly tight plot, I think it's going to lend itself to pinball well. When you look at movie pinball machines, like say the Tron pinball machine, for instance, right? The modes actually don't really have anything to do with the movie. There's Cora multi-ball.
They just make up their own
light
crap.
cycle multi-ball, right? And you get a couple animations. But the dude has Big Lebowski has so many sound clips, so many things that you can do. Throw in there that would be great for machines. So many ideas. I guarantee you the thing is going to be themed, look like a bowling alley. And I don't mean just the actual alley. I mean, it's going to have the atmosphere of a bowling alley. I bet you the main overlay is going to look something like an alley, though. You could do drop targets for bowling balls. You could do return lane ramps. You could do all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And it's wide open, and I'm excited to see something that I truly care about come to a machine, because
new shit coming to light.
New shit coming to light. I mean, so the new Star Trek is fun, but I didn't see the movies. Metallica, don't like the band at all. Machine's fun, but I don't like the band at all. The last theme that Stern did that I really liked was Tron, and that's a great machine. But I mean, I'm ready to see something that I can actually like connect with, and I think this is a stepping stone to, we're going from blockbuster licenses,
safe licenses,
to niche risky licenses, which hopefully will lead to original ideas again, like Medieval Madness, Monster Bash,
We hope.
where we see it's not theme related at all. It's creativity. What can I? What does the designer want to do?
Because you're basically when you're creating an original pinball machine, you're creating a whole new story and characters.
Yes.
And adopting that to a table and different modes, different target modes, multi-ball modes. That's what you're doing. And yeah, and obviously Stern basically has gotten totally away from that. And gotten, to me, boring because of that. Because my favorite pinball machines aren't the ones that are themed, are licensed. They are the original ones, like Medieval Madness.
Sure,
and
I'm not
like
even...
Dr. Dude, stuff like that.
Dr. Dude is great. Because I played Medieval Madness so much growing up, I'm...
You're spoiled.
I love it. Yeah, I love it, but I'm a little tired of it. But that's the cool thing. A well-made pinball machine like Medieval Madness does tell, albeit a very simple one, it does tell a story. You're rescuing the princesses and destroying the evil, lords. I mean, you don't need a movie to do it. So hopefully we'll see this progression continue, and maybe in the next 5 years we'll see a mass-produced pinball machine that has no licensing attached.
Well, I said it before. I'm excited about... I love The Big Lebowski. It was one of those movies that it came out. First time I saw it, I didn't understand it. I'm like, this is really stupid. And I think it happened to a lot of people. And the second time they saw it, they got it. They got that it was supposed to be really about almost nothing and just following these weird characters around and seeing them interact and being vulgar towards each other and just having these wacky adventures. And that's why it became a cult hit.
Yeah, like you said, there is no moral. It's just a fun story to follow. It's definitely a see it more than once type of movie to fully appreciate everything that happens. And I adore it, too. I actually got to see it in theaters in Austin, Texas at the Alamo Drafthouse.
Really?
In 2002.
You never saw it? You told me that.
Yeah, I got to see it at the Alamo Drafthouse, which is a movie theater that has wood bars in front of every row of seats so you can order beer. They had I'm just gonna say they had a joint rolling contest before the beginning of it, where you had to go on stage and roll pencil shavings because that plays a big part. I entered the contest, and you so it was really fun. But yeah, no, I got to see it on the full screen, and that was one of the favorite things I've ever seen in a theater was that.
Very cool. So. Like I said, I only have room for one pinball machine. My main cabinet, if I get a pinball machine, it's going to go right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to shift it around. It could fit. It'll fit if I do it right. If I put it out this way, I'll make it fit.
I'll sit on it for the next marathon.
Is that you'll sit on it?
Yeah.
The whole point is that I love pinball. They're beautiful. They're machines. It's just something different about interacting with a machine versus a video game. It's just a different feeling. And I hung out with Pro Jared and Rue in Portland, and they weren't big pinball guys, but I showed them, introduced them to pinball machines, and I played Medieval Madness with Jared for like an hour.
Yeah, every time,
and he loved it at that. You know what I mean?
Every time I drag someone out with me to the high dive to play pinball, they get it immediately. Why it's appealing. People think they don't like pinball, or they think it's boring because it hasn't been in the public eye for 15 years.
Yes.
No one knows what pinball is anymore. If they played it when they were growing up, they've forgotten.
Yeah. And arcades have died off too, which doesn't help.
It always comes up, people ask me why I like pinball so much. I can tell you, I work 9 hours a day in a video game store. Pinball is tangible. It's a metal ball and physics in a machine.
Yeah.
It's something that you see and play and you can manipulate with your hands. And it's fantastic. This reminds me, you've got to make some announcements, but that's what I plan on doing at MagFest for most of the time, is hiding and playing the pinball machines for 4 days.